Welcome back. Ashland, the Henry Clay Estate, is hosting an unforgettable evening of historical explanation with acclaimed author H.W. Brands that is sure to inspire history enthusiasts. Joining me today is Executive Director of the Henry Clay Estate, Jim Clark, and Executive Director of Kentucky Humanities, Bill Goodman. Welcome to the show. So happy and excited to have y'all on today.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get right into H.W. Brands. I mean, this is an incredible opportunity for not only the Henry Clay Estate, but people all over Kentucky to come and see him.
Yes.
So can you tell me about why this is so important?
Well, Professor Brands is a friend of Kentucky, a friend of Ashland's and of the Kentucky Humanities because he's been here before. Doesn't come often. As you may know, he teaches at the University of Texas and has written over 40 books. The latest book is Founding Partisans, the brawling birth of American politics. And he's just an outstanding, skilled orator, narrator, of course, writer, and we're just excited to bring him with Jim back to Ashland, where he also has a book called Heirs to the Founders, which includes Henry Clay. So he is a Henry Clay expert as well, and I'm sure we'll have some remarks about Henry Clay when he addresses the audience on June 6th.
How cool and how fun that he's going to be at the Henry Clay
Yes.
Estate, which I know you know a lot about as well. So can you tell me what other people are going to be there?
Well, actually, we're just focusing on H.W. Brands,
Okay.
and because he really helps bring history to the forefront of why it's relevant to know our history, and especially because of his research into Henry Clay and his previous book. And that's what we're trying to do at Ashland, is show history can tell us so much about the present day, but also where we're going. And H.W. Brands is such a great communicator, just as Henry Clay was. So it seemed only fitting to have him be in the place where Henry Clay was, and to help bring history alive.
How fantastic and how cool that you guys get to be part of this experience. So can you give us kind of an overview of what the event is going to look like for people who want to go?
Be glad to. Tickets are available at kyhumanities.org, kyhumanities.org. Jim also has that on his website, and he can give that in a moment. But the ticket allows you to receive a book from H.W. Brands. There's also going to be a signature cocktail. There's going to be a meet and greet with H.W. Brands. He'll sign, autograph all the books that we sell. It's just going to be an evening, very relaxed, very comfortable. 5:30 to 7 on June the 6th, 5:30 to 7:30 or 7:30. I'm sure he'll stay there as long as it takes to sign the book. So
Yes.
we're just looking forward to having him in Lexington and at the Henry Clay Estate.
Absolutely. And I have to ask, do y'all have a favorite book by him?
Well, probably Jim does.
Yeah.
Heirs of
Assuming-
the Founders.
Yes.
That's because it focuses on the great triumvirate of Clay, Calhoun, and Daniel Webster. And if people think politics is rough today,
Yeah.
it was. I mean, they were dueling back
Right.
then, so it was even more difficult.
He was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize with 2 books. His book on Ben Franklin, which I happen to have as my favorite, and then Franklin Roosevelt. He also wrote a biography of Franklin Roosevelt. He's an incredible author and writer and historian, but yet retains a comfortable, down-home sort of style when he's talking to an audience. So I think people are going to be really excited to see him and hear him.
Absolutely.
And it'll all take place under a tent on the back lawn.
Yep.
So we are hoping that the weather is good for this.
Yes, fingers crossed.
But it's such a beautiful place for people to gather, especially for something like this.
Absolutely. Listening to history, being in history and seeing all of this, I'm sure that's just a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing. So one more time, what's the website where people can go get their tickets?
kyhumanities.org. Very easy, a couple of clicks, and you purchase your ticket, and then you receive your book when you arrive at Ashland. So June 6th, again, tickets are still available.
Perfect. Well, Bill, Jim, thank you for coming on the show and telling us more about this event. Very excited to hear about it, and I'm sure it will go wonderful. And make sure y'all stay with us. More Good Afternoon Kentucky after the break.